Hi folks, this is Mr. Ege, and in this STEM design class we're going to focus on creating one last chess piece, which is the king. And king is so important that there is no value and there is no points in the scoring. So if the king is gone, the game is going to be lost, and that's why everybody is after the king, and that's how the chess is played. So I started a pedestal drawing and in the inventor, and I'm suggesting you do the same. And once you create the pedestal has been created a long time ago, and once you open the pedestal drawing, please save it as a king this time, because we're going to create a king from the pedestal. We're using the same pedestal for every single chess piece with the one common part, okay? So we're going to go to file save as, and I'm going to save it in the same place as the others. And I'm going to call it king, and I'm going to add my last name so it's not confused by someone else's drawing. Okay, it's important that you all use your first name and identify yourselves as a designer. It's very important that you put your names because it's your intellectual property, or it's your intellectual property rights. So you can just simply type king, okay, by your name. Okay, and now we can start from here. It's a new drawing. As usual, there is an envelope dimension. There's a construction lines has to be created. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a plane. Go to origin folder. Okay, and I'm checking which plane would be useful to me. And is it YZ plane? No, it's single line. Is it XZ plane? It could be yes. An XY plane? Probably not. So XZ plane, I'm going to click on the XZ plane. It's highlighted and I see how it's extending. So create a sketch button on the screen and click on it. Okay. There are multiple ways of doing this, but I just want to create a rectangle, okay? And so that we can fit the design inside, all right? And more you do this, and the better you get at the inventor and other architectural engineering design, manufacturing design processes, you develop your own methods, okay? So this method is I particularly thought that is best for my students and for myself, and that's why I'm just selecting to draw a rectangle, okay, for the proportions. So I'm going to be the rectangle now. Entire figure is going to fit in a rectangle of 2.5 inches by 8 inches, okay? I'm going to fit at least the half of this king into the half of this rectangle that measures 2.5 inches by 8 inches. So I'm going to go with the line command, okay, and pick the center point, and I will go to the right and measure the half of the 2.5 inches. Okay, so 1.25, enter. Okay, and move your cursor up as straight as possible. Okay, and the total height is going to be 8. Why is it 8? It's slightly bigger than queen, taller than queen, slightly. Move your cursor to the left until it lines up with the starting point, and click here. Okay. All right, so we have the envelope dimension here, and we're going to focus on creating an arc first. Okay. The arc is supposed to be tangent to the top line. Okay. And then we're going to create a line from this point up. And perhaps we should go to spline command now at this point. So spline is controlled by a number of the control points, and sometimes it's inconvenient, so you may have to restart it. Okay. I'm coming back to normal regular line, and switching to spline. Okay. Spline is it's hard to difficult to control, but you have to give it a try, and after a while, okay, it's going to work out just fine. And once you're finished, hit Enter key. Okay. So it's not the easiest. Line command is difficult in a sense that controlling the spline, maybe there may be some issues with that. But there are also control points that you can also modify later. Okay. So I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. And I'm finishing the sketch right now. It's going to more or less. So this is a 8 inches by 1.25, 1.25 inch rectangle, and we try to fit everything. Half of the figure, the king. Okay, and there's going to be, we're going to add later on a cross on the top. Okay, and I'm going to finish the sketch now and give it a try for the extrude. And we're going to use, I'm sorry, extrude is not going to work here, revolve. Okay, and revolution, we're going to pick the area for the revolution. All right. 360 revolution. Computer is expecting us to select the axis of rotation. Revolution is about revolving an area around an axis to create a 3D solid model. So click on the select axis button and move your cursor at the center. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much what it looks like at the end. We're not going to do anything else except, okay, we're just going to add also a cross on the top, okay? And most of the kings, almost every king in a chess set that I see has a cross, so we're going to do this. And but for that we have to have an XZ plane selected first, and then we choose a sketch option, create a sketch option, and now we need to draw a nice looking cross to extrude later, okay? And all right, so cross will have a center line. Okay, so I'm going to just add that. The center line is important, okay? And it's going to go right about, say, let's make it 0.2 inches, enter, and go down 0.4 inches, and then go right 0.4. Go to the right. Now, I'm afraid this is coming smaller than I thought it's going to be. So I'm going to just simply restart this, okay, and erase, and go from the center line. Okay. All right. We're gonna go. Let's make it 0.3. Okay. And just make it 1 inch. One inch this way. And let's go down 0.6. Click. Okay, click this way. Now let's go 0.6 to the left. 0.6. Enter. Click. And click. All right, so we're going to need to add another rectangle here, perhaps. Okay. So this should be 1 inch tab key and 0.6 inches. Enter. Okay. I think this is, maybe we can move it up a little bit. This is too close now. So let's use move command. From where it is, up high, slightly higher. Okay. Okay, so we need to use trim command to trim out. Okay, so a computer tells me that they remove the dimensions if you want to trim things because that will add some constraining. Okay, delete. I did remove. Okay, now we can use trim. Okay, and we don't need the center line anymore. We can erase it. Okay, and let's see how it goes. Now we're gonna, I think we're ready to extrude. So let's finish the sketch. And let's use extrude command. It should be two-way extrusion. Okay. And select the area. 1 inch is too much, and 0.6 is probably far better. Okay. And okay. And number of things you can do. You can just add a fillet, for example, to the corners. Fillet is about 0.1 inch fillet. Would that work? And so on. Okay, thank you very much for watching. And this is king, and it turned out to be easier than queen. Queen is more difficult. It took longer time for us to do the queen. And have an awesome, beautiful day. Please, if you have any problems, call me. Okay? Thank you.